Today we're going to talk about how to set up some events in your Google Calendar and make those events visible to your customers, because being able to share classes or important events can help customers know more about your business. So here we are at an Internet Explorer blank page, and we want to go to google.com/calendar like that. Now, I was already logged in as my business group, IoniaInnovators.com. If you were not already logged in, then Google would ask you to enter your username and password. So I'm going to trust that you can handle that. So here we are at the calendar page, and you'll see the month calendar on the side. And then along we're right now looking at the week view, and we have day, week, month, 4 days, agenda, and more. And in terms of adding events, I like to look at the month view, because that's handy for me to do an overview. But I'll show you some neat things about week and day shortly. So when you first get into Google, it will have a calendar named after your account name, Ionia Innovators. And they usually have some default calendars like birthdays and tasks. And you'll see, if I click on these, there's some colors that show up. So right now, the birthdays calendar is turned on. So if I had some events that were saved under that tag, they would show up in green lettering. And I believe even if you go to November, yep, there's my birthday right there. Pretty cool, huh? Now, I don't usually want to bother with that, so if I just click here and turn that color off, you'll notice that that calendar is now turned off. Tasks is you can do a task list on the side. It's kind of like a to-do list if you want to, and we're going to turn that off as well. The other thing that comes pretty regularly as a default calendar is holidays in the United States, and I'm one for a clutter-free calendar, so I usually just turn that right off. Now, what I have here already entered in are weekly meetings, because our group meets weekly. So let's say I want to add another meeting. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. meeting. Create event. Now when I do that, it adds it right there, 6 p.m. meeting. And if I want to edit that event, I can just click on it again and choose edit. Or let's say I want to make another meeting, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. meeting. And this time I'm going to click edit event right here. This gives me a lot more choice. So let's say it's going to be an all-day event. I can click that and the times go away. And I can say that this event is going to go on for several days if I want to. And what that will do is add a bar across. So let's do that. Let's make that let's have it be an all-week meeting. Click Save. So see, now it's not covering the entire day, but you can see that that event is right there. I don't really want to go to a meeting that's 5 days long, so let's take off the all-day thing. And let's say it's going to meet at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on August 14th. Now, I can click Repeat if I need this to be a regular weekly event. I can also choose that it's going to happen every day, certain days of the week, monthly, or yearly. This is a great feature for putting in tasks or events that happen every year or every month, and just automatically be set up for you. I can repeat it at whatever interval I want, and I can repeat it on whatever day of the week I want, starting on a certain day, and I can have it go on forever. I can have it go on for a certain number of occurrences, or I can cut it off at a certain date. So if I click Done and Save, now, oops, it left it as now we're having meetings every week. So let's go back and edit that one more time. For some reason, the date thing didn't stay. Oh, that's why, because I forgot to change that back to the 10th. So let's do that and save. And here, when you have a recurring event already in, you can change only that event, all events, or just that one following. So there we go. Now our meeting is set for 10 a.m. every Monday. Now, wrong button. Okay, so let's edit that event. And and you can enter a location. So we meet at 301 Commerce Lane, Ionia, and see it's finding it for us. And what that does, if you add the where, if guests see it, they can click on that and get right to Google Maps, which is super duper handy. You can choose which calendar it's going to go on. You can add an event description. You can give the event its own special color if you want. And you can also add a notification. Let's do that. So let's say I want to be reminded about this event, and I would like either a pop-up on my computer or phone or an email, and I want it how far in advance. And you can set it for minutes, hours, days, or weeks in advance. Because we're doing a public calendar here, we don't want to do any notifications because that might annoy people. Plus, they're not subscribed to it, so they're not going to see it anyways, and it's just going to come to you. And then we're going to make this a public thing so that that event is able to be seen by the public. So let's click save. And again, we want to change all events. So now our meetings are all set. Now let's flip over to the week view. And you can see that with the week view, it actually blocks out the time. So we set this meeting to be from 10 to 11, and that little symbol there shows you that it's a recurring event. And then same thing here, this is a 7 to 8:30 meeting. And if you want to change the time or the length of the meeting, just drag it. And again, you can choose. So now we made all of our meetings really long. And made them back short again. And you can also delete. And again, you get to choose what you're going to delete. So it's really very straightforward and simple. The 4-day view is nice, just a more close-up look. The agenda view is fantastic. If you have a lot of different events and calendars, it'll show you what is going on. And I can actually show you that. Let's see. I'm going to pop over to a personal calendar real quick. There we go. An agenda. So that's nice with the agenda because it shows you everything that you've got going on by day. So that's handy too. But usually a business isn't going to have that much stuff on a public calendar. So that's everything you should need to know to go ahead and set up your calendar. Just make sure that you add your event. And if you want to, you can just, let me show you this real quick. Just type a title, let's say class, and say edit, and go ahead and add your details in this way and then save. So it's just that simple. And if you put it on the wrong day, it's another handy dandy thing, you can just move it. And it just says your event was updated. So all of this is just a super handy way of managing what you're doing. And you should